After all the rumours, leaks and speculation, it's now official. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is getting a third expansion in 2027. Songs of the Past, from developers CD Projekt Red and Fool's Theory. 12 years after the game released in 2015, and 11 years after Blood and Wine beautifully concluded the story of Geralt of Rivia. Or so we thought. In my opinion, The Witcher 3 is one of the greatest games ever made and received 2 fantastic expansion packs in Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, alongside a number of free updates over the years. The game has sold over 60 million copies worldwide, and fans have been clamouring for more Witcher content. We know we're getting a full Witcher 1 remake, and The Witcher 4 is in development, which will start a brand new trilogy. But I don't think anyone had this on the radar. It's almost unheard of for a AAA single-player game to still be receiving new content this far into its life cycle. And unlike other so-called DLCs, I fully expect Songs of the Past to be a massive expansion of a similar scale to the previous 2. Maybe closer to Hearts of Stone rather than Blood and Wine, which opened up the Witcher world as we travel to the Duchy of Toussaint. And that's where we left our favourite Witcher. Whether Geralt settled down with Yennefer, Triss, or by himself, that was up to you. But as of the end of Blood and Wine, Geralt has finally retired to his vineyard and has left his monster-slaying days behind him. It honestly felt like the perfect conclusion to his story. So part of me is a bit uneasy about coming back, but I'm sure they will do it justice. Whether that's in a continuation from Blood and Wine, perhaps in a short side quest before returning to his vineyard, or even in a story that bridges The Witcher 3 into the brand new Witcher 4, with Ciri as the new main character. And as I said, that's the start of a brand new trilogy. The leak did state the DLC would drop this year, but the rest of the year is pretty jam-packed with new games, with GTA 6 currently slated for November, but after several delays we will have to wait and see for that one. And no game wants to drop anywhere close to GTA 6, so that could be a factor. Or maybe the leak was just inaccurate. Or maybe the devs just need a bit more time. And as I always say, take your time. Release the best game possible. I have seen a few folk asking if this will be free DLC or not. No chance, guys, this will have to be paid for. And I think that's fair. If it's anything close to the previous 2, then I'll happily fork out to play it. And unlike so many other games, The Witcher doesn't hold back a couple hours of content or some shiny items and wrap them up as DLC. These are full expansions, and they're just as long as some full price games. And in my opinion, Blood and Wine might be the best DLC ever made. We know it's coming next year on the PS5, Xbox and PC. It's being developed by CD Projekt Red and Fool's Theory, who feature devs who worked on the main game and are currently busy on the Witcher 1 remake. They showed off the key art for the DLC, and we could spend hours speculating on the significance of the sword that Geralt is holding, the Leshy-like creature behind him, or even the title itself. The word song obviously makes you think of Dandelion, and the phrase the past could refer to the game being set many years ago, or features a face from Geralt's past. They are going to share more details in the coming months, with later in the summer being mentioned in the press release. But until then, that's all we have. But I could see this DLC being used as a bridge into The Witcher 4, to explain what Geralt has been up to, and where his current location is. Perhaps this ending will give us the definitive canon version of the ending that sets up The Witcher 4. And more importantly, it might explain what's happened to Ciri and why she now has Witcher abilities. In each of my playthroughs, Ciri sets out on the path as a Witcher, but she never underwent the Trial of the Grasses, which turned the boys into Witchers. But in The Witcher 4, she has undergone these mutations, so maybe this DLC will explain how and why. I know not everyone loves the idea of her receiving the Witcher mutations. I'm currently on the fence, so I'm waiting to see their explanation and see how it all plays out. This DLC could be the perfect opportunity to explain it. They might just tease it and tell us in the next game. But maybe the events of this DLC force Geralt's hand and Ciri has to undergo the Trial of the Grasses to survive an injury. Or maybe she just does it because she wants to be a full Witcher. And remember, Yennefer recreated the process on Uma at Kaer Morhen in the third game, so maybe it's not as dangerous as it once was. But personally, I just hope it's the former rather than the later. Give us a proper explanation why, and not just for gameplay purposes or because it's cool. And like I said, not everyone's on board with Ciri having Witcher mutations, and some people are complaining about her being the main character, but we know Geralt will return in The Witcher 4 in some capacity. And I honestly think we will play as him at some point. Perhaps he returns late in the game to help Ciri out, or features in a similar role to Ciri in The Witcher 3, where you got to play as her at several key points in the story. And my personal favourite theory is that Geralt will be the final Gwent boss. Yeah guys, I hope this DLC features more Gwent. Honestly, I am stoked for this. In recent years, I rarely pre-order games, or even buy them on release date. I'll happily wait a few years to pick them up dirt cheap alongside all the DLC, but when it comes to The Witcher, it's day one for me. Whether that's the new DLC, the remake, or the fourth game. Even the announcement alone has got me wanting to play through The Witcher 3 one more time. And guys, if you honestly haven't picked it up yet, maybe you know about the Netflix show, maybe you've read the books, check out the games, you're really missing out. I've played it several times, the original, the Game of the Year, and the Complete Edition. The first time I had no idea about the books, but I thought the game looked fun. And the second time was after I had read all the books, so I understood all the references and the callbacks to previous events, so it was an entirely different experience. And since then I've gone and played it again, but each time Ciri lives out her dream as a Witcher, and in all but one, Geralt gets with Yennefer. Just once I picked Triss, and for me it just didn't feel right. And I know that will be controversial for some folk out there, but yes, very excited for this DLC and The Witcher 4, The Witcher remake, and whatever else is to come. I just wish Netflix were as good at making Witcher stories as the games. No guys, I'm not bitter about that, not one bit. But let me know your thoughts on the brand new DLC for The Witcher 3, Songs of the Past. How do you feel about Geralt coming back out of retirement? And do you think it will tie into the next game? Will it explain why Ciri is now a full Witcher? Anyways guys, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.